actually added more than I wanted to, but I'll make up for that in the next batch. I won't put as much. You need to scoop these out. So with the fried noodles, you just repeat over and over again, you know, until you get as many in there as you need to, depending on the amount of people you're cooking for. Okay. Now for me, this is done almost. Like I said, I don't cook this to be very crunchy, so I'm actually going to take it off. And I'm going to add some more garlic. This is not a hard meal at all, and you do not have to use as many pots as I'm using. I encourage you to cook your noodles, get them out the way, and then go ahead and grab your asparagus, or actually probably do the asparagus first, take just a little bit longer, and then fry your noodles up real fast. You can use one pot. You don't have to use two like I am now. This is just so you'll have a demonstration. This is a meal that takes me probably about 30 minutes or so. Now as that's frying, I'm going to grab a lemon. And I'm just going to squeeze some lemon on my asparagus. Now I have my hand in the way to grab any seeds that might want to fall in here. I don't want anyone choking on seeds. So I'm adding the lemon. And I'm going to snatch these noodles out. They do not need to cook long at all. They're already cooked. Just wanted to get the fried taste in there. So the next thing we want to work towards is adding our sauce. So I'm actually going to cook these mushrooms to add in here also while we do some editing. And when I come back, you're going to see the sauce getting ready to go into the pan and get mixed up with that lovely asparagus. Okay, so the next phase in this meal is us going back to our pesto. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take this pesto and add it to a pot. I'm going to warm this pot up. Now, as I said earlier, we did not add any salt or pepper, but now we can see what is good, what we want to add to it. But we're going to get a lot of flavor from our asparagus and our sun-dried tomatoes, which I promise you. I'm going to put some of those in there also. Turn this down. Now I'm turning this down really, really low. Trying to get all that out of there. Now while you were away, I just added, this is the pesto that we made. Isn't that good? Now remember, this was basil, pine nuts, garlic, and some Italian parsley. Now you can use the other parsley if you like, but I like Italian parsley. It's a little less grittier to me. I'm going to try to get it all scooped in as much as possible. Now, if this isn't enough for you, always add more parsley, always add more basil. Get as much in there as you need, and it'll make your pasta stretch more. Okay, so I'm just gonna taste this and see. Actually, instead of trying to add something now, we just go ahead and add our mixture. Now, like I said, I did add some mushrooms in here. Doesn't that look really flavorful and nice and creamy? Let me get a bigger spoon because I'm working with something small at this point. Nice thick texture. You have a lot of good things in here right now with the mushrooms and the asparagus, onions, red onions. I'm just going to taste this and see what I like to add. I know I'm automatically going to want to add some more lemon juice. That's going to be off top. Tasting pretty good. Okay, so first I'm actually going to add some sun-dried tomatoes. Now you can just buy these at the store. They come in a glass. They're like preserved pretty much. And this is going to give it a really sweet flavor. Throwing those in there. I'm adding these first just to see what flavor I get from these. And I'm keeping them at a low temperature just so I can get all my ingredients to rise up in there. I'm sure we're going to need a little salt and pepper and probably a little bit more garlic because like I told you, I love garlic. I'm just going to taste this. That's really good. And like I said, I want lemon. Some more lemon going in here. A lot of lemon going in here. Not just more, a lot. This is going to give it a really good citrus flavor. It's going to taste really, really good with this. Rinse off my spoon. Turn this down a little low because it's starting to boil a little bit. And we just want it to simmer up a little bit. And taste this and see what I'm getting. It tastes really, really good. I want to add a little bit of black pepper. A little bit of salt. Very, very little bit of salt. The lemon did a lot for it. So that's not something that, salt wasn't something we really needed. And with the flavor of the sun-dried tomatoes, it's just not a need to cook with a lot of salt. It's not good for you anyway. As we know, childhood obesity period in the United States is really, really high. So we want to try to stay away from, you know, anything that's going to give us high cholesterol, diabetes, or anything. And salt is one of those things. Okay. So I'm really happy with my flavors. I also want to say that once you add the noodles with the garlic and the soy sauce, that's going to kick the flavor up even more. So there's not a need to heavily season this. And so here you have a pesto pasta. We made the pesto from scratch. Didn't take long at all. Threw all the other ingredients in, sauteed. Still very crunchy. Very, very good meal. That took probably, what, all of maybe 15 minutes. So the next thing we're going to move over to is going to be the salad bar. We're going to chop up some nice good salad vegetables, and then we're going to go back to the garlic bread. And I have a surprise for you. I'm going to fry some bananas, and that's what we're going to eat for our dessert.